amazing. I should have done better. I'm sorry. Is this working? Hi. I think it's working. Okay. A little bit of a hiccup today. Happy Sunday, happy Sunday, happy Sunday. Let me close this window. Alright. So, of course, there's always something I'm frantic about when I get started. And, of course, now I'm realizing my hair looks like shit. So what has happened today that makes this stream start off in an unpreferred way? Well, as you know, I have two phones. One phone is specifically for recording content. I talked about that when I started my channel, about like wanting to record content but not wanting to spend money on things until I had like a very like consistent streaming schedule. I didn't want to just buy something and then be like, oh, stop doing it. Especially because, stuff like cameras and things like that are expensive. Anyways, that's beside the point. My phone stopped working. And it's always had this problem since I got a new phone. As soon as I got a new phone, that same day, within hours, my phone that I had been using pretty much, I won't say it stopped working, but it wouldn't charge. It won't charge. Like, it's just all these things all of a sudden just happen to it. And it's like, when you call Apple or talk to them, they're like, oh, well, did you drop it? Did you get it wet? It's like, no, this happened within hours of getting my new phone. And then they're like, oh, well, your phone's not in warranty anymore. It's like, yeah. I was like, okay, you guys clearly did this. I don't know how you do this. But my phone was fine. So because of that, I charge it. I have to have a special cord for it. I won't even use a traditional iPhone cord that's produced by Apple. I have to use like an aftermarket cord, and I don't know how I discovered that cord works, but it's the only cord I have that works for it. So I have it charged. It's always attached to that charger because there's nothing else that would need that charger. But basically, it says it's 100% charged, but I can't use the screen. I can't click anything. The only thing I was able to do is hold the power button so it'll do an emergency shut off, because I can't even hold the power button and then like slide it because the whole touch screen's not working right now. And I say right now because I'm hoping this is just a temporary issue that I can fix. It happened, like I said, I always set everything up on my other phone. I set everything up on my other phone because I want to make sure like my title and everything is ready to go before I come down here. And then I just hit play or record on this phone. So, I don't know. I haven't looked at it. And that's the most annoying part too, is like my phone has been sitting here untouched. I only use it for content. Which, if you watch this channel, you know that's not a lot. I don't record a lot. So there's really no reason. Like, my phone should not have any issues. Freaking A. What else is going on? So I'll catch you up. I'm not wearing glasses. Do I look funny? Oh no. See, this really threw me off. It was always something. I'm trying to stay positive here. Yeah, so Thursday, if you were actually waiting for me to stream on Thursday, I owe you $100. If you can hear me and you were waiting for me to stream on Thursday, let me know and I will send you $100. I mean that. I really do. Because one, I don't think anybody ever like waits for me to stream, so that in itself, you deserve money. I will pay you. But also because I tried really hard to be consistent with my schedule, and I have my time set up for Thursday. And basically I have been, I don't want to say sick because I'm not like, like coughing or nauseous or anything. But I've had like really bad like cramps and stuff, so just like the whole like cycle thing, which was kind of cool because it was like synced up with the full moon. I was like excited about that, but then I felt like very tired, very drained. I couldn't really stay awake. So like I would get up and I would walk my dog and do all my things I normally do in the morning, and then, you know, like, I normally do some sort of task, like, I'll, like, do a big cleanup downstairs or something like that, and then I'll come back up, and I'll just kind of, like, I don't want to say take a break, but I do, like, I kind of just take, like, a mental break and just sit, but for whatever reason, I was literally falling asleep during that time, and then the crazy part is, so it's, like, maybe, like, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock around that time, and I didn't wake up, specifically on Thursday, until, like, 7:30. I think it was, like, 7:28 or something when I woke up. So yeah, by the time I woke up, the stream was already over. Like, it wasn't like I can still pop on and say something. It was like the stream is over. And then, as you guys know, like, I don't have affiliate partner whatever with Twitch, so I can't put in notes and be like, hey, I'm gonna be out, you know, I have something else going on. So I'm sorry if you were one of those people that happened to be waiting for a Body Thanks Thursday. I was taking care of my body, and that I was just allowing it to rest because that's what it was asking for, apparently. What else? So, yeah, I think that was pretty much it. So I did stream on Monday. Monday was mobility. I tried to work on some things from the shuffle practice that I had. So yeah, and then I didn't get to make my new mobility routine because I feel like, once again, something went wrong. I think, like, the screen, like, the thing that I was saving, like, wasn't there or something like that. So I'll try that again next Monday. Yeah, Tuesday, what happened on Tuesday? Did I do something? I feel like I did something on Tuesday. So let's just say this now. My planner, and maybe it's in the exact same spot I was on Sunday, I'm not gonna lie. My planner is probably completely empty. I have been very bad at my planner, and I think that's a good thing and a bad thing. I see it as partially a good thing because I've had things happening in my life that have kept me social to the point where I haven't been looking at my planner because things have been coming up at the last minute. And then also because I have other things going on, when I come home, I'm not like, oh, I have nothing else to do but look at my planner. So it's like, it's a good thing because I have stuff to do. Obviously, it's not so good because I can forget things or, like, mismanage my time in some way. And so even right now, like, I'm thinking to myself, like, what? Am I missing something? I probably could be. I haven't looked at it. I was supposed to have a massage and a chiropractic appointment on Wednesday, and my masseuse wasn't feeling well, so we rescheduled for next week. I went on a boat. It's always fun. I went on a boat on Tuesday. That's what I did on Tuesday. I went on a boat. And I feel like I did something earlier than that day, but I really can't remember now. I definitely did, because I always get, like, boat calls really late. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but it's like, we're going on a boat in 2 hours. I'm like, cool, okay, like, that's not a lot of time to get ready. But yeah. And then Wednesday I had the appointments. Thursday was the full moon, and that's when, like I said, like, my stomach was hurting a lot and everything was kind of not where I wanted it to be. I went to a full moon party on the beach, which in theory sounds really nice, like nature, like connecting to the moon, people, the beach. Like, there's nothing really there in my mind that could go wrong. But unfortunately, I did not read the memo that it was basically a naked beach party. And that's my fault, because when people say something like that, I don't actually take it seriously. Like, I always kind of figure it's like a joke, or like they're saying that because there's like maybe 1 or 2 people that have like a specific style and they don't want to make other people uncomfortable. No, everybody was butt-ass naked. And I do mean butt-ass, like no pasties, no socks. And it was cold, like it was nighttime. We're waiting for the moon to come up, you know? And these are all strangers as well. Like, these are not people I know, which is probably better because I don't think I want to see all of that with people I know. But yeah, it was definitely a naked full moon party on the beach. Everything is a learning experience. So we'll just say that. Honestly, I feel like in theory, it's a good idea, but the naked part was just like completely unnecessary. Like, I still don't know what the point of being naked was. Like, I could see being barefoot, right, and like trying to like ground, but to be naked, like, it's not like there was sun out, you know, like, what are you getting? And then the moon didn't even really come up until like midnight, and so a lot of people, because like I said, I didn't know these people, everybody's like doing naked stuff around the bonfire, and I don't know these people, everybody's just kind of standing around, and then somebody was like, yeah, the moon should be visible, like, you know, high enough by like 11:50. And I'm thinking to myself, I am not sitting here on the beach looking at all these dicks until 11:50. And there wasn't even really anything going on. Like, it was just like people like conversing with each other, which I found hard to do when there's a naked person in front of me. Is just distracting. So yeah, so I kind of bounced. I pulled an Irish goodbye. I didn't say anything to anyone when I left because I just don't like, I feel like whenever somebody leaves first or in the middle or whatever, it like triggers everybody else to leave as well. So it's like somebody's like, oh, I gotta go, and other people hear that, they're like, yeah, I gotta go too, right? Or you say you gotta go, and then you have to do the whole, no, stay. You're like, no, bro, I gotta go. They're like, stay. And it's just like awkward. Or it's the other way around where you're trying to go and you don't want to make it sad for the person or people that are hosting. And you're like, if I say I gotta go, everybody's gonna be like upset that I'm leaving. You know, like it's gonna hurt someone's feelings. But if I just kind of bounce, they're not gonna know I left and it'll be fine. So that's kind of what I tried to do. But there was a ton of people. And again, I don't know them, so I don't really care. But yeah, it was just a lot. It was a lot. Going to a naked full moon party on the beach with strangers with no notice is a lot. It was a lot. And I was bleeding. So yeah. What else happened? So that was full moon. That was Thursday. Friday. What happened on Friday? Friday was a day. I have no idea. I'm so bad at like keeping up with my week when I don't have my planner. This is why I need my planner. I feel like my pancake's getting pretty good right here. This is why I need my planner though, because I like to be able to go back and be like, okay, this is what I did, and not feel like I wasted my time, and also just like have documentation. I'm not really into the idea of having a diary or journal at this age, but it is nice to have like some sort of record that's like informal. And on paper, because like honestly, the more things become digital, the more I start to value having things that are not digitized. Is that a word? Digitized? I've not been, I don't know if that's a word. I should know if that's a word, but I don't. Yeah, because things just get erased or wiped, or then they suddenly start charging you. Like, I can't even open a Word document anymore without having to have, like, this series. I'm just like, it's my document. Like, I've had it for, like, 15 years. It should just be able to open it. But now it's like, nope. You gotta go through all these channels to see something that you could see in, like, 2 seconds before. So, that's how I feel about having my little notes. It's like, for all I know, you know, my phone notes or whatever is gonna get wiped, and then I won't have anything. What else? It's, oh my gosh, so it's Sunday. The time has been going by. Like I said, I don't want to say under the weather, because like I said, it makes total sense why I felt the way I did. And I think it was, you know, it was inevitable. But I still feel like the time is going by really fast. Like, the sun's out, and it's like you want to be out and do stuff during the day, and then the day's over. I don't know. I just feel like, stay. When it's cold outside and it turns night, it's like cool. It's like we're locked in. We're inside. But when it's sunny out and, you know, nice, and then it gets dark, you're kind of like, I still want to stay outside. And my sleep schedule has been reflecting that. I don't know if anybody else is having this. I've been talking to a lot of people, like, in my real life that are saying the same thing. Like their sleep schedules are really fucked up. They're either sleeping too much or not sleeping enough. And it's 100% because of our climate, what's happening with obviously the moon and the sun and all these things at once is just going to disrupt your circadian rhythms for a while. So if that's something that you are experiencing, that's normal. I think for me anyway, what's been helping is to, regardless of how I actually feel, to do my schedule anyway. Because yeah, like I haven't been tired and it doesn't get dark until super late. And so normally I would be like winding down around like midnight and like sleep by 1, but now I don't start winding down until close to 2. And I don't even have to go to sleep at that point. Like I'm still awake. So it's like I know I need to sleep in order to stay on schedule even though I don't feel tired. And so just forcing myself to go to sleep, and unfortunately, yes, that could mean like sleeping pills or something like that, but if you don't want to completely fuck up your schedule like for the rest of the summer or like the rest of the year, to just like keep your circadian rhythm on point for like a solid week while your body's adjusting to the temperature change and, you know, obviously sunlight changes and things like that, and then you'll just go back to your natural sleep schedule. But yeah, you kind of ride it out and you're like, oh, well, I'm awake a little bit, so that's fine. Like, it's just going to snowball. So keep that in mind if that's something that's happening to you, because that was definitely happening to me, and I had to catch myself and be like, no, it doesn't matter that I don't feel tired. Like, it's about the entire, 24 hours and what's going to happen or what should be happening in those 24 hours logically, right? So yeah, that's my suggestion. That's what I've been doing. I feel like, I was able to bounce back. Maybe not the best, but I definitely feel like I'm okay. My skin got kind of so nice. Not horrible, but just not as good as it has been. And then I was like kind of dehydrated as well. Multiple impacts in Tel Aviv right now. Jesus, is this happening at this moment? Hold on. I'm watching Insomnia, in case you were wondering. But, oh my gosh.
Also, now we know why the Israeli command says sleep in a shelter tonight. It's going to be long night.
It is happening right now. Iran launches another wave of missiles towards Israel as hostilities continue for a third day. So maybe I'm late and they've been launching these missiles.
Multiple impacts reported in Haifa.
But the timestamps on here, if anybody's watching me, the timestamp is 6:17 p.m., which for me, that's like a 3-minute time difference of where I am right now. So this is like...
No, that's just the fucking facility, right? Like, that's not a fire. That's a fire. That's just normal.
This is crazy, bruh. Like, the thing about watching this kind of stuff is, like, it's surreal. Because you're like, oh, this is happening on TV. But this is, like, really life. Like, this is really... Like, people are really living in these fucking war zones. Can you imagine... Like, somebody's, like, just bombing you right next... Oh, my gosh. It just doesn't even feel... It doesn't even feel like it could be a thing. And it's crazy that people are just watching. I'm watching. Like, how? How is this even happening? How is this allowed? You shouldn't be allowed to do this. If you want to, like, hurt people, you should have to be able to, like... You should have to do it yourself. You shouldn't be allowed to use any weapons or anything. Well, the Iron Dome thing is working, that's for sure. So they're like shooting the missiles as they're coming over, so it's like you can see them about to like come down, and then they get hit in the air. Which, I mean, honestly, where does the debris go? The debris could still be pretty damaging. Because yeah, if you drop a penny from like a 50-foot building, you could really kill someone.
And these two interceptor launches
That's what I
secondary
heard.
explosions were seen after hits.
That's what my godfather told me once, because he had like a high rise in the city. And I was gonna throw something over, and he's like, "You'll kill somebody like that." And I was like, "Oh shit, really?" I don't know if that's true. Okay, I'm gonna come up this way, do a little bit of another check-in here, and I'll start moving to each side. I am spending a little bit more time down here because, like I said last Monday, I'm trying to hold my stretches for longer, just so I can really get that flexibility in instead of just the
No
mobility
worries
part.
for all the Deco fans. The Deco Den will be unimpeded from the Israel-Iran conflict that's taking place currently because it is a requirement
Down.
to boycott that business and sanctions.
And then I'm gonna just pull one leg out. In this case,
From
it's my left leg. It's gonna be out.
some of the movies are coming
I'm
from
on the
Iran,
toe,
but,
my ball of my foot on my right side, and I'm trying to keep my hips square. I don't know if they look square, but I'm trying. So just holding it like this is different than dropping the knee. Right now I'm on the ball of my foot, and then this would be on my knee, and then the other one would be laying back. So those are all three different stretches if you're trying to see the difference. This one is more my outside hip up top here. This one is more behind, like my hamstring area, and this one is more internal in this area. So they might look like they're the same, but depending on where your right leg is resting or positioned, you will feel different stretch. So yeah, it might look like I'm doing the same thing, but that's what I'm doing. So I'm doing each of those on one side. I'm gonna hold each of them for like 15 seconds. Ideally, I would hold them for longer, but I just talked about it for a little bit, so.
Which is, of course,
Woo.
the closest Mormon.
It's actually like hurts and feels good at the same time. It's like you can tell that like it's engaged, you know? And I feel like when I can feel something is engaged, I don't know. I feel like I'm actually like giving myself more. Oh, okay, so now I'm gonna sit down on this one, and that's gonna come in this way, inside thigh. You know, still keep your hips square.
When Nehru's happens.
But they find themselves in a position where they think that.
Okay, and we're up. I'm gonna pull this leg in. There's the same thing as before. I'm on my right knee, and then I'm bringing my leg in to make kind of like another 90-degree angle with my knee. And then I'm actually just gonna lean into that side. So whatever feels comfortable. You don't want to bring your knee past your ankle. Just keep that in mind. And by that I mean you don't want to do like that. You want to be like missiles. Okay, next side. This is gonna be the same thing. So I'm gonna start on the ball of my foot for this one, just so you can see the difference. I should move this. I feel like it's always in the way. Okay, so first I'm on the ball of my foot, right? Ball of my foot, more internal, kind of groin area for this one. Ball of my foot, knees facing forward. Knee facing forward. You can use your hands for support, but don't like really hold your weight. You just want to keep yourself balanced. And then I'm going to drop my knee, and I'm going to come up. I should feel that on the outside here.
I'm watching television now. Nothing's happening.
The video you're seeing, yes, other targets hit across other areas, targeted across Israel. The Israeli military said that they...
Okay, now this one is just coming back down. So now I'm not on the ball of my foot. I am sitting on my foot, and again, I'm going to feel it more in this area on the inside than on the outside. You can also bring it down this way if that helps you to feel more of a stretch.
advantage of any of the hits. Israel says that about
Okay, now I'm up on my left knee. I'm gonna pull in my right, and this is that hip stretch from this side.
Most of them get intercepted by either these
I do really like, if you're doing this stretch with me right now, I highly recommend you push on the inside of your knee. You push it out while pushing your knee in. So you pull this knee in towards your belly button, and you push your hand against your knee towards your back. And that should open up your hips a lot more. If you have the range to do that, or the stability to do that. If not, just do what feels comfortable. But yeah, sitting like this is good, but pressing against it, I feel like a lot more stretch. Okay, this next one is going to be the safest way. Honestly, if you are okay with it, you can just come back into the squat. And I'm going to come up. I'm just going to stay down a little bit, let my spine kind of decompress here. I'm not trying to touch my toes, I'm not trying to do anything, I'm just trying to let my back relax. Like, not even trying to do a flat back. Like, a lot of times it's like flat back for certain things. Like, this is literally just like drop. Let your back decompress naturally.
I'm willing to entertain a Qatar sponsorship as long as the price is right. The idea of Home Front Command, many service minded reports several attack sites in northern and central Israel. Burgles! The Piker Broadcasting Service is sponsored by Burgles.
Okay, pick a side. I'm going to go ahead and go with my right side. So spread your legs enough where you can have the ability to reach from side to side without feeling like you're going to fall over, but not so much that your legs are like about to spread out and you don't have enough strength to keep yourself together. So I'm not going to be like, I can hold my legs out here, because I'm not stable enough to move through that freely. But I also don't want to put my legs super close together, because I need to be able to go between my legs. So whatever's comfortable for you. For me, that's about 2 steps out. And then I'm just going to put one hand over towards my right foot, bring my right arm up. There are some people that will do this from the center too. It really just depends on how much of a range you want and if you're focusing on your back or your hips. So this is more of a back stretch. If you want to do more of a hip stretch, then bringing your hand all the way over to that side of your foot is going to be better.
I wonder if it's because he hasn't confirmed it personally. Oh shit.
What?
Remember, the IDF Central Command is making it illegal to post like actual strike locations. I told you there was a fucking cloud of smoke near IDF Central Command.
Okay, so turning here, dropping one leg.
Suspicious.
I am watching this on, if you're curious. This is Inception, within Twitch.
There's no blackout, but there are rules about what you can and can't post. Remember how the fucking military apprehended Trey and moved them around? This isn't live, by the way. These are just latest pictures. They're just re-showing some of the strikes.
And down this way. This one I'm sitting all the way back on my foot.
We will give a powerful response to any aggression that Israel commit. It seems that they are standing by.
Alright, back up. This time I'm going to put my right knee to the outside of my elbow.
People who post shit like this.
Okay, this time I'm going to go back, but I'm not going to sit on my foot. I'm going to pull my front foot forward a little bit so my toe is flexed. Different stretch. This one's more like in your calf.
Big boys that you see are the hypersonics, and they are the ones that like I have yet to see be nerfed.
Okay, so this one
They'll dump a bunch of missiles. Some of them are duds.
not a very good
Some of
stretch
them
for
are,
me. So if it
some of
doesn't
them
look
were
like
exposed before
what you
impact.
think it's gonna look
Some of
like,
them
that's probably
actually
why.
get
But
intercepted. But the ones that you
Yeah.
never see get intercepted that are like super fucking fast, those ones, yeah, some of them are
and if you're
decoys.
wondering, something I've been doing for the stretch, I won't say I've been doing, but something I've done in the past, because this is a tight stretch for me in my hips, is you can do this stretch up against like a bed or like a high chair, like a couch or something like that. So just put your shin up against that rather than on the ground and lean into it. That helped me a lot when I was focusing on it a lot more. I was getting like really bad butt cramps, and then I realized it was because I wasn't like moving enough, not because I wasn't flexible. I mean both, but you know what I mean. So the more I started moving, the better it got, and then I just stopped focusing on that specific stretch. But I do know that stretch helps a lot. Okay, so I'm just gonna switch sides, and I want to be able to see what's going on with the TV, so I'm turning this.
I'm a DM and be like, post it, pussy. If you're a real journalist, you post it, Trey. I'm in your DMs. I'm gonna be like, Trey, post that shit. Do it, big dog. I'm with you. I'll defend you. Trey has now joined the official Hasanabi Media Brigade.
You can just send it to us or just That's not like a hard thing. Right? Just send it to somebody else.
A peaceful conclusion, or do they want to fight on?
Well, the Iranians will say that it was Israel that started this war. It was Israel that took out and killed Iranian.
Okay, I'm gonna go back, and I'm going to keep my heel up for this one. The next one I'll do with the one where I sit back.
He spent like the last 2 years of his boy in Israel. He's also one of the only outspoken American media members of his position that has routinely talked about how Israel is massacring Palestinian journalists at an alarming clip. He himself obviously is not like a fucking...
My toe is finally better.
Ridiculous.
In case you're wondering, it's not like obviously completely healed, but it's no longer in pain, and the like scab part came off. I think last time I was streaming, it was like getting caught on the carpet when I was like trying to stretch, and now that it's gone, there's no more scabby scab left.
America has been doing a ridiculous job allowing...
Okay, so this one I'm sitting on my foot, and then when I come back up, I'll do the pigeon. I think it's called the pigeon.
Which is like the expectation from every fucking journalist. It's crazy. At least 16 tankers eastbound to Europe? Wait, what?
Why would we be sending anything from the United States to Europe by way of California? It's like the literal farthest place you can be sending it from. Anyway, back through for the pigeon. If I was doing this like to the real form, this is about as high up as I could go without losing form. If I wanted to just be able to get as close to the ground as possible, I would have to like bring it down this way. Which, I don't know if you can see the difference, but I can feel the difference as far as alignment goes. I would rather know that my alignment is good and not have the range than look like I have the range, but my alignment is bad.
I don't know if that... No, this is Haifa. I don't know. The video that we're looking at is from the balcony in Tel Aviv. And I'm pretty sure they struck a significant target here, according to what Trey is saying. And the fact that he's not allowed to fucking post about it yet. So...
Okay. That wasn't so bad. I think that's what I'm gonna do midway. Let's do a little bit of standing.
One specific location is near the fucking IVF tech.
Quad
headquarters.
stretches are important
That's
for
crazy.
flexibility and range in your hips.
There's a
Do
direct
not
impact on
forget,
HIPAA.
it
Yes.
might not look like your quads are going to do much for your
That's not what
hips,
we're talking about. The
but they
high
do
ones, the
so
overhead
much.
towers.
So
But there's
much.
also-
Please stretch your quads if you have low back pain, if you have tight hips. Stretch your quads. Stretch your quads. Stretch your quads. Stretch your quads. This is what it looks like when I try and stretch my quads right now. This is okay, comfortable. I can do this fine. But if I try to like pull it back or anything like that, I'm not ready for that yet. You should be able to. You should be able to pull it back. So if you can't, work on that. If you can, keep pulling it. You could or should be able to pull it all the way up if you really wanted to. That's the range your body
We
has.
saw this.
But at the
We
very
saw this in the
least, you
fucking
should be able to
inside.
hold your quad, your foot like this,
But
without
the
having
fucking
a
action
really
is
uncomfortable
down
feeling.
strike.
And this is like bare minimum range, right? This is like standing up straight. Like a lot of people think standing up straight is normal until they see like old people all curved up. And it's like that's from, you know, what you've been doing your whole life. So even though this looks like a simple thing, to just hold your ankle behind you and stretch your quad, like, try it.
Strikes its areas in Haifa in the northern of Israel. the north of
Okay.
Israel. That's strategically
So that's quad
important,
stretch.
ports.
There's another quad stretch that I will do,
There were several people
just
wounded,
for-
and there were people wounded
just for the stream, really, but it's not what I do a lot because it requires a wall. It does help with stability though. So basically, you're gonna put. I need to fix these posters. That is so ghetto. Oh my gosh. I'm just gonna take it down. I forgot I didn't put these posters up yet, and so they're just like hanging there. Anyways, I'm gonna pick one side for my leg to go up. I hope you can see that. I'm trying. So my knee is on the ground. My shin all the way up to the top part of my foot is actually flat on the ground, right? And then I try to sit up like this. So that will guarantee that my leg is flat and that my stacking and everything is good. Everything's in alignment. And then if I try to come up, that's when I can feel it in my quad. So it's really just depending on your range. Another way you could do this if you don't have a wall or if you have enough range to do it. I tried to do this one last week and I wasn't ready for it, but I will show you. And that's, I'm kind of scared again. So that's when you are actually,
What the fuck?
ah!
What is the very bad news?
I'm not gonna do it, oh my gosh. I will slip and fall if I do, but you basically do a little bit of a pigeon and then pull your back leg
Oh
up.
my god. Did they kill Benjamin Netanyahu? No, obviously. That doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Don't play close.
Okay, other side now. That side's not.
But-
Always do both sides. Even if it hurts,
I mean, bad news.
try to do both sides because your body's gonna feel uneven if you don't.
Direct hits in Tel Aviv, I heard a massive boom.
President, which is that he doesn't want to see the situation escalate. He wants to see America's targeted. He said if that happens, the U.S. would get involved. But I think it's important to point out the difference between what we've seen as a response from President Donald Trump and
Bro,
President Joe Biden.
Okay.
Specific location.
So what was I showing you? This one here,
What the specific location is.
you can also grab like your pants
That's
like
gotta
this
be- that's like near
if
the
you have the
Haifa,
range.
no?
I don't feel comfortable doing that because I just don't have the range that I would like to. Okay, so we did a quad here, a quad here, a quad here, a quad here, and then this one. So I've done this one before, but it kind of, you need to have like something higher. You can do it on the wall, but that requires a lot of strength in your hip flexors. So if you have like a chair or something higher, you want it to be closer to 90 degrees. You don't want it to be higher than 90 degrees. And that's just because you're working on the range of your flexibility in your hips. If you have it way up here and you try to come down this way, that's just like a very hard skill. So if you keep it about 90 degrees or lower, you're probably gonna find more success. But it's just gonna come over to the side Keeping your legs as straight as you can.
What we're used to seeing, and it's not
Iran
something
Israeli Iron Dome launch gets annihilated by Iran. This is a couple days ago. This is from the first day, Chad.
Okay, I'm trying to hold for 15.
This is why
And then I'm gonna come down like this for 15.
bombs and weapons. When Donald Trump went to Marine One because he's traveling to the G7, the very first thing he talked about was not what's happening in Israel, not what's happening in Iran. He talked to
Okay, and then this last one, I like to use a wall for it. This is also going to be a quad stretch, so just pay attention to how that feels. In this case, this is kind of hard on my toe. I'm gonna put my planner up there.
By the way, unlike with Iran,
So I am actually, like, this is stretching for me. It might look like I'm just resting, but this is enough in this range for me. This is a stretch. So if you don't feel a stretch when you do this, go a little further. Your leg can be all the way straight if that's comfortable. This is my
Like
range.
Vladimir Putin gets assassinated, Russia collapsed.
Okay,
There's
next
no real
side,
contingency behind it.
same thing.
I would say the same for like Iran. Iran is like a
Except for I don't know if I, let's see if I can do it with the wall.
Decapitation
I know I
of
said
all
that's
of
hard,
the
so let's see if I can do it.
probably disrupt Iran. We probably make Iran fall apart.
Okay, so go to this side first. Ah,
But with Israel, Benjamin Netanyahu goes out. Yeah, I mean, I won't say how I feel about that, but there are plenty of just as bloodthirsty Israeli politicians that will take his place in a fucking heartbeat.
Okay, and then
Just as
down.
brutal, just as ruthless, just as violent, which is precisely the reason why I get mad when people say this is Netanyahu's war. You know what I mean?
It kind of is though. I feel like they asked me. Maybe that's just me. Okay, and then the next one, just turn this way. Whoa! Yeah, nah, I'm gonna just go ahead and I'm gonna bring it in a little bit. Okay, having the top of your foot against the surface is important. If I flex my foot just now, it was a totally different kind of stretch and I don't feel like it was as beneficial. So pay attention to that part. Keeping the top of my foot flat up against the surface.
Whoa. That looks like a
Yeah,
precise
way more
style.
quad. Way more
That looks Israel style, like when they go after one singular person.
quad. You don't know about that too, that's so sad. Okay, I think that was legs, right? Legs, hips, yes. We didn't do any arms or torso. We did some torso. Okay, so this one I like doing. Y'all know anything on the wall is great because it gives me the alignment without having to think about it. So keep my back up against the wall as flat as I can. For me, that's mostly ass. Hands behind my back and just try and keep your body straight as you go back and forth. Always have like a lot of like cracking in the very beginning and then pretty much none after like 2 or 3.
The region, right?
Does this look weird? One day I'm gonna finish this space and then I won't have to ask anymore, but
Ballistics push through interceptor.
okay. So those ones you can also do it with your hands all the way up. I don't feel like it's that big of a difference, honestly. But this one is super, super nice. If you haven't done this before, you can also do this one on the ground. Sometimes I do it on the ground. But
Shit.
so basically you put your hands out in front of you like so. Maybe I'll do it this way. You see that? Yeah, okay. You put your hand out like this, so my fingers are facing behind me, like directly pointing against behind me, and then I'm gonna turn the opposite direction, and that's gonna give me the stretch in my shoulder area. Okay. Next side.
motherfuckers
Same
would be
thing.
stopping at red lines. I'd be blowing through those bitches if it was me, for real. What is Ynet saying? A fire broke out in a building in the center, apparently from a direct hit.
Okay, cool. So I did those arms. I'm gonna come back to the ground, and then I'm gonna do a few more arm stretches, and then I'm gonna move into the final stretch, and that'll be it.
Iran knew the Iron Dome
So,
after that first
if
strike,
this was
so
Mobility Monday, you could always be moving while you do this part of the stretch.
Yeah, this looks like
And
a
usually this is when I'm like twisting back and forth, like warming up my spine at the same time. Anything where you're only using one half of your body, you can try and incorporate the other half with another part. You can also do like, you know, stretching out your toes while you do this, or your ankles. You know, if you're short on time, or if you just want to be more effective. Oh, my back is itchy. Oh. The thing about like scratches and sneezes is like they bother you, and then the moment you like address it, it actually feels
This
nice.
guy, this super important Israeli is living on the 3rd floor of an apartment. I don't know.
Alright, across this way.
We swim earlier, but look, it gets hit with an interceptor and still blows through it. Oh wow. But yeah, there's a bunch
Next
of confirmed
slide.
impacts, especially in Haifa. The refinery was hit.
Israeli jets fly on 1,600 kilometers per clock, 1,600 kilometers. Very big area has payloads.
Okay, this one, I like to do it so you can see what's happening with my hands. And switch.
The IRGC claiming that they carried out an assassination attempt and are awaiting confirmation of success. They said the target was in Gush Dan. I mean, what if it's Caitlyn Jenner? No, Iran is pro-trans.
Okay,
Do that. Iran
that
would not
part
do that.
is
Pro-trans.
finished. You can also do, like I said, a little bit of a spine warm up if that helps you. Last two are going to be on or for the back, and they are, I would say probably this one I'm about to do is one of the hardest stretches, and that's not just me. Like, it's literally one of the hardest stretches, but it's also one of the most beneficial. So there's a couple ways you can get to it. It's not likely that you'll be able to do it the first time if you've never done it before, but if you can, awesome. I like to kind of ease my way into it for safety. So pick one side, see if you can rest there with your arm or your arm kind of locked out. If that's okay on one side, try and do it on the opposite side, right? Hopefully you can see that. Opposite side. And then if that feels comfortable, you can go back with two arms. Pop your chest up like so. The further apart you spread your legs, the easier it is. So if you're struggling to hold that, try spreading your legs apart a little bit more, and that's probably going to help you. If you're able to do this with both hands, try and see if you can reach back and grab both feet at the same time. That's kind of where I am right now as far as this direction is concerned. The final form would be to come back over your head with both arms. I'm not even near being able to demonstrate what that could look like, but yeah, it's basically reaching back kind of like a back bend. But you can also do it from lower, like is what I do. So back this way versus to that way, if that makes sense. So this versus this.
You saw this one already.
This versus this. If I try to go back, that's as far as I can get. If I do this, I can go back a lot further. Or so it would seem. Okay? They're like, oh my gosh, it's being blown up. And then they're just like all standing outside in like shorts, taking pictures. Like, if my town was being bombed, the last thing you're gonna do is see me standing outside in shorts, looking around. Like, I'm gone. I don't care whose car I'm in, a boat, truck, bus, I'm gone. I'm gone. Alright, last stretch before I finish here. I'm gonna do this on the ground, so if you would like to stop watching the stream and stay on the ground, feel free to do so. You do not have to get up after this. It's just, you know, I'm gonna have to turn off the stream either way. So find a space where you can spread out enough. I'm gonna come down to my back, grab my knees like so. This is step 1. Step 2, when you're ready, grab your feet just like this. If that's enough, you can stop there, work on that part for the stretch. If you're able to do this and it is not painful, you might be ready to move on to putting your elbows on the inside of your knees, keeping your feet in your hands. Just put my elbows on the inside of my knees now. This should be making your back as flat as possible against the ground, and you might even feel more aligned this way if you didn't feel like that immediately. Pushing into the ground with your feet and your hands is very helpful for that, and very good for a lower back. If you're having any lower back pain, you really focus on that by pressing your hands into your feet, so like they're kind of like fighting each other, and that will release tension for you to have some relief in your hips if you want. And then the last part of this stretch, if you're ready to move on to the hardest part, is to bring your legs up. Some people bring them out and they're bent. Some people bring them straight up. Some people bring them together. Some people bring them back. Some people can do a plow and go all the way up over their head. I can't do that right now. Maybe I've been able to do it in the past. You can also add in arms right here if you want to stretch out your shoulders a little bit while you do this as well. But you have to have a lot more control, because if you notice, I'm not using my arms to hold myself up like I was when I was down in this position. Right? So if I'm coming back down and my legs are spread, and then my knees are bent, and then my knees are together, and then I'm grabbing my feet, and then I'm grabbing my knees, and then I'm putting my knees on the ground, hands, feet, done.
You asked about the sentiment. I think that the more nights like this one,
This is, I'm not saying that they're not in trouble, but I just find it hard to believe that I'm gonna be sitting in a war zone and they're just like on their balconies. Like, the building is literally crumbling and there are still people like in the next one over, same building, just like the next unit over. Like, why don't you leave the building? What are you doing? What? I don't know, man. They don't have like those fire alarms that are like exit, exit. I feel like we have this here in the States. Anyways, it is only Sunday, everybody, and I'm already feeling ready for the week. I don't know how you're feeling. This past week went by very, very fast for me. Again, I'm sorry I wasn't able to stream on Thursday. I was just trying to catch up on life and get everything sort of like back on schedule. My circadian rhythms are, always adjusting when the weather and sunlight and everything changes. So if that's you as well, like I said, it might not sound like the best method, but if you want to have the best results without having a lot of complications or issues for the next couple of weeks, take some sleeping pills. Go to sleep at your regular bedtime. Do not stay up late just because the sun is still out or because the weather's nice. If you don't have to or you don't need to, because even though you feel like you have extra energy and you're very, very happy to be able to feel that or even stay outside longer, if your day still looks the same the next day, you're really just robbing yourself of the time that you would need in order to function that way. So it might be cool, like I said, to be like, woo, I'm not tired and it's sunny and I'm gonna clean out my whole closet because it's still light out. It's like, even though that sounds productive, now I just spent like 4 hours doing something that I would normally spend sleeping, and that's going to impact the rest of the week or the rest of the day or whatever. So keep that in mind. It's not just you, it is the weather, it is the sun, it is a normal process of our bodies getting readjusted to the light. Again, circadian rhythms, you can look this up. We just need to make sure that if we want to keep ourselves on track, or if we have a routine or something that we want to manage or maintain or create, that you are paying attention to those things and not just saying, I will go to sleep eventually. But no, I will go to sleep, for me, before 2 a.m. Hopefully before 2 a.m. If I can go to sleep before 2 a.m., I know I'll be okay. If I can't go to sleep before 2 a.m., I'm probably not going to be up until noon, and then therefore most of my day is over. If I'm lucky, I'll get out of the house before 4. And then after that, if I don't get out by 4, I'm like, there's no point in going out. Because now the day's over. No, it's true though. So, I should be back tomorrow. Tomorrow's Monday, Mobility Monday. As far as I know, everything's going to be going according to plan. I'm going to figure out what's going on with my other phone. Hopefully everything's good. I am still doing my handstands on TikTok, so if you haven't been watching my TikToks, check that out. I do not always post every day. I am, you guys know me. I'm trying really hard to be a routine, scheduled person. And I can do that when it's not always just completely self-inflicted. But I am posting what I've been recording every day, if that makes sense. So I record it every single day. Don't get me wrong. The part that has always been the hardest for me and the most time-consuming has been actually editing and posting it. Literally, I will spend 2 hours making a post, editing a video that's 20 seconds long. And I'm it took me 2 minutes to record the whole thing, and I spent all this time. And then it's not even anything really cool, It's just me trying to sync up my handstand to a beat. And so if you're looking on there and you're okay, I don't see posts every day. I am doing a handstand every single day, but there may be some days that are delayed. So I might post 3 on the same day or something like that. But yeah, if you look at the videos, they are in actual order of each day specifically. So there's no missed days, there's just delayed days. And with that being said, happy Sunday, everybody. I hope the rest of your week goes well. If I don't see you for the rest of the week, then hopefully I see you back on Sunday for Sunday stretching. And if I see you tomorrow, it'll be Mobility Monday. If I don't see you tomorrow, I will also be here on Thursday. And I think I told you guys, as the weather is getting better where I live, I'm trying to be more social and take advantage of being outside. And so there's a good chance that I will be... Hi. Hello. What is that supposed to mean? I don't know what that means. Can you explain? What was I saying? Yeah, so because the weather's getting nice, I don't want to jinx it, but my hope is that I will be out on boats a lot more, and that means that 6 o'clock is a horrible streaming time, because when you use a boat, it's usually daytime and sunsetty, people like to be out for the sunset, which is 6 o'clock would be a horrible time for me to be streaming if I wanted to be able to do that. So I'm not going to make any changes right away because, again, one, I don't have any actual plans yet. I'm just kind of putting it out there and hoping that that's what happens. But I want to just make sure y'all are aware that I'm not going to try and be flaky. I'm just admitting it right now that boat is going to take priority over streaming forever, always. I'm sorry, it just will. And I can stream from a boat, really. I really could. And again, boat season doesn't last very long, so it's just like you have to take advantage of it when you can. All right. So let's see. We have something in here. Laters, yes, laters. What does this say? I'm not done with work till 11. That's nice. I like the night shifts. Like, people are like, oh, you work so late. It's like, I don't want to wake up early is the thing. Like, I don't feel like it's late at 11 o'clock. Like I said, I stay up till like 2 o'clock and I'm like, okay, I really should just make myself go to sleep. But you're probably, so this thing is still true for you. Your body has adjusted to the light that your routine is based off of. So if your body says, okay, I'm supposed to go to sleep when it's light out, it'll know to go to sleep when it's light out. It's not going to be like, it has to be dark for me to go to sleep. If you train yourself to go to bed when it's light, then you'll go to sleep when it's light. Same thing with music, actually. Like, I don't know if any of you study humans. I did. I have a degree in human development, so that hopefully doesn't sound weird. But one of the things you can do this with animals, you can do this with humans, but especially if you're like going to have a kid and they're not born yet, is to select certain songs that will be activation songs for certain things. So like sleep, for example, if you play certain song while the baby is in the womb, when you're sleeping, when the baby is born and you play that song, they will recognize the sound because they can hear. So they will recognize the sound and it will remind them of being in the womb and what was happening during that time, and it'll make them feel sleepy. The same reason why we all around the world, no matter what culture you're in, when a baby is crying or when you want a baby to be quiet, you go shh, because that is the natural sound of the blood that's running through the body of the mother while the baby is in the womb. So it's just a natural sound that you hear so much that when you come out of the womb, you're like, oh, that is a sound. That's like reaffirming. It's like calling to me. So same thing with music, right? Playing songs, your body gets used to that song, hearing that song when you sleep, right? Just like, manifestations and affirmations, all of those things. Like the more you hear them, the more you say them, the more your body takes in, right? Your cells are listening always, forever. And epigenetics as well. So basically the point is, it doesn't matter what time you go to sleep. It matters what kind of schedule you want to have for yourself. If you want to go to sleep at 2 a.m. every night, that's great. But just make sure you try and keep it the same. Because if you're like, I'm going to go 2 a.m. and then I'm going to go 6 a.m. and then 8 p.m., like you're not giving your body a chance to find any sort of rhythm at all. And then you're always going to have this like kind of up, down, I'm tired, I'm not tired, I'm sleepy, I'm exhausted. Because your body's trying to figure out when it gets a chance to have any of this, dedicated. With that being said, I'm sorry, I don't want to nerd too much. I don't think that was nerdy, but I think it was an overshare. All right, have a great week, everybody. I'll see you tomorrow, maybe.